Let me tell you something, men. When you bitch about paying for a whole fucking bill, all you have to do to go on a date is scratch your nuts, put a t-shirt on and some jeans. Women, we get our hair done. Sometimes we go to the hairdressers, get a blowout. We do our makeup. We have an everything shower. Sometimes we go to see our therapist before we go on the fucking date. Because, let's face it, we're going on a date with a man. And all you have to do is put clothes on. So, yes, you are paying that bill. You're paying that bill. I don't see you doing any of that shit. So, yeah. Shut your trap.
So I guess women want to bill us for basic hygiene now. Who knew there was a fee for washing your hair, scrubbing the dirt off your body, and brushing your teeth? Listen, Grandma, split the bill or eat by yourself at home. Welcome back, gentlemen. We're on part 13 of our series. If you haven't seen the previous ones before, go ahead and check them out. Thanks for your unending support. Maestro, play the intro.
Brings me so much joy that so many men hate this tiny little dainty ass fucking ring in my nose. And honestly, at this point, I'm so fucking petty that even if I grow out of it, like, I'm getting buried in this shit. Like, you motherfuckers will never win.
Yo, I think Deborah the cow wants her nose ring back. Even she knows something is wrong with you. That crazy aura is palpable.
Round of applause for me because I have stayed off the dating apps for approximately 1 week, which is longer than usual. Every time I feel myself go into Hinge, I'm like, just think of all of the men that you're going to see popping up. Do you really want to go there? Do you know what? I don't, because they honestly think the dating apps make me not like men even more because of their inability to communicate or connect on any level. So in order to try and keep some shred of belief that there are good men out there, I need to stay away from them. I should probably stay away from TikTok too, but unfortunately I make money this way, so that's trickier. But yeah, I think for my mental health and to not end up thinking that all men in the world are truly, truly abysmal, that I need to just stay away from them.
If bashing men gives her an income on TikTok, then finding a good man would actually bankrupt her business model. Anyway, something tells me she's gonna download dating apps again in a month or two. It's the classic cycle. The withdrawal symptoms from the lack of attention always win in the end.
I was just in Home Depot and I saw the cutest guy in there, and so I'm kind of sitting outside in my car because I wasn't quick on my feet and I didn't look at his hand to see if there was a wedding ring there or anything like that. But we exchanged a couple of words, and if I'm going to be strategic at this dating thing, I need to be looking in the HVAC aisle because I need some stuff done at my house. So, but I wouldn't really date somebody for that purpose, but man, it's tempting if I don't know. Anyway, but I don't think that that's what he did because I found him in the spray paint aisle and I just said, my God, spray paint is really expensive. And he said, he just kind of laughed and he goes, yeah, everything's kind of expensive. And I was like, yeah.
The alarming thing here is that she thinks this is cute. Waiting for a stranger in the parking lot just to check his ring finger gives off major stalker vibes, and we've been told that isn't acceptable. Take the hint, Diana. He was more interested in the spray paint than he was in you.
Serious question for you gentlemen. How do you feel about women making the first move? Like, if I came up to you and I said, can I get your number or would you want to hang out sometime? How would you take that? How would you like that? I mean, what can I do right and what can I do wrong in that scenario?
Here's the serious answer. I'd be looking left and right to find your friend filming our interaction. Men have been conditioned to believe that a woman approaching us is just the setup for a TikTok prank. It's not flattering. Let's just mind our own business and live our lives the best way we can.
I'm going to tell you what the bare fucking minimum a man can do for you in 2026 is. Now, a man booking lunch or dinner. That is bare fucking minimum. How many times have you booked a lunch or a dinner? How many times? Because I booked 1 million. It's very fucking easy to just go online and book a booking and go on a date. That is bare fucking minimum. Paying for the dinner. Bare fucking minimum. If you like a girl and you want to impress her, that's just fucking normal. Why would you get a girl to get all dressed up? An outfit, her hair, everything costs triple what that dinner's going to cost, and then you expect her to pay or pay half? Fuck off.
I think it's funny that the bare minimum for men requires liquid cash, while the bare minimum for her is just showing up with paint on her face. She's treating her own vanity like a business expense we have to reimburse. If your maintenance to look good and pretty costs triple the price of dinner, you don't need a boyfriend, you need an accountant.
Does anyone else find it absolutely fucking jarring when you're like talking to a girl your age and she's like, oh, my husband, you're what? You have one of those? Okay.
Men really do be saying the darndest things. This guy I used to see worked in med sales while all of his friends, or as he called them, his bros, did not work regular office jobs. Like they worked at the airport, in construction, or as bartenders. And he really loved that because when he hung out with his bros, he could totally shut his brain off and not talk about work because they could never fully comprehend what it is he did for work. When he told me this, in my mind I was like, okay, so you think you're better than your friends. And I just couldn't believe he would say something like that about the people closest to him. And it was in that moment I decided to never see him again. Yeah.
Turning a man's desire to relax into a superiority complex is pure projection. He loves his friends because they let him escape the corporate grind, but she's determined to find an insult in there. It's clear she's the one uncomfortable with blue-collar work, not him. He dodged a woman who can't comprehend loyalty.
Okay? That is just like low peasant bullshit shit. Okay? And it's also just bare minimum to pay. That is just normal common sense when you're trying to court a girl and show her you really like her. Okay? Now, if you're in a long-term relationship and you want to split, that's not my vibe. But if that is your vibe and you're in a long-term relationship and you did the courting and you're still treating her fucking amazing and respecting and loving, not going and liking other girls' pictures and following other bitches you fucked in the past on Instagram, then that's fine. You guys do you and grow together. But I am fucking telling you, it is the bare fucking minimum to unfollow girls. If a man is saying he's not going to unfollow someone he's fucked or a girl that you're not comfortable on his Instagram and unfucking follow, he can't unfollow. That's not even the bare minimum. That's just he doesn't want a relationship. He does not like you. He does not respect you enough to respect your boundaries, okay?
Calling men peasants while demanding they fund your lifestyle is a special kind of irony. The list of requirements just keeps growing. First it's the check, then it's a full audit of his following list. She calls it respect, but it looks exactly like insecurity. If he has to scrub his digital history just to get a second date, you've turned courtship into a hostage negotiation.
Whoever just walked past me and screamed out their car saying, "You're gorgeous, come back. Come back. Let's get married. Put a ring on it. I'm ready."
Now I know why women in their 40s seem so angry, because everything has been a lie. Like every single thing we've ever been taught and told, systems we've grown up in, and it's all a lie. And we've been taken advantage of. I can't believe the things that I'm saying. I can't believe the things that I believe. I can't believe the things that I've experienced. I can't believe the things that I've come to know and realize about that I gave my entire adult life to somebody who didn't even like me. That I had kids before my nervous system was healed, so I just dumped all of my trauma onto them. Every person that I chose to be a part of my life, my picker was wrong, but it was wrong because of the system that I was within, because I was not healed. I didn't know I had any trauma. I didn't know I wasn't healed. So I was just choosing people to be in my inner circle that triggered me, took advantage of me, manipulated me, because that's all I knew. Women in their 40s were not angry. It's just we're awake. We're woke. Okay? We woke.
Blaming the system for 2 decades of bad judgment is a masterclass in deflection. She freely admits to traumatizing her own children and marrying a man who didn't like her, yet society is still the villain in her head. Labeling this regret as being woke is just a coping mechanism to avoid admitting she's the common denominator in all her problems.
I have a serious fucking question, and I need the answer to it right fucking now. Where the fuck are all the nerdy boys? I'm so fucking tired of the athletes. I'm so fucking tired of these fuck boys. Where are the fucking nerds? Ah! It's I just want to change this. I just want to change a nerdy guy's life, bro. I just want to change his life forever. That's so fucking hard. Why can't I not find a nerdy man? I want a nerdy man. I want a nerdy man that knows random fucking shit in the least mansplaining way. I want to change this nerd's life and make him obsessed with me. Is that so hard to fucking ask? Is that so fucking hard to ask? Where the fuck are the nerds?
It's safe to assume she's referring to the Henry Cavill type of nerd. Screaming that you want to change his life sounds like a threat. She's done with the athletes who pumped and dumped her. Now she just wants a submissive fan to validate her existence. It's wild that she thinks making him obsessed is a selling point.
And you know what you should do? Block, delete him, and follow every guy you think's cute. Although, don't follow guys, like, ugh, you don't need to. Like, what are they posting that you like? Nothing, what? A gym selfie? Ah, fuck off. Anyway. But, like, basically, do not accept this. It is bare minimum. Oh, he unfollowed her when I asked. Bare fucking minimum. That's respect. If he tells you you're crazy for that, you're crazy for him sitting online watching a girl's story half naked in a bikini is oh my god, he unfollowed her, he's incredible, you're crazy for even being jealous in the first place. No, bitch, that's bare fucking minimum. It's just called respect. Why would you care if you have a girlfriend who you're banging on a regular, if you like her, that is? Why are you following girls in bikinis and looking up on your explore page girls in bikinis? Can she look up guys? Are you allowed to look up bodybuilders and like all their stuff? And fucking follow all these new people while you're in a relationship? No, it would be the same. Oh, this guy, I'm not really comfortable with you following him. He posts all the time at the gym. Well, I don't give a fuck, even though women are very different to men. But still, you just unfollow, because who gives a fuck? But it's bare minimum to unfollow a fucking girl on Instagram, on social media. It is bare minimum to book a dinner, to pay for a dinner. It is bare fucking minimum to get you an Uber to and from dinner. Okay? It is bare fucking minimum them calling or messaging you morning and good night. Bare fucking minimum.
Demanding he pay for the Uber to the dinner he's already buying is bold. You're effectively charging him shipping and handling on your own presence. The definition of bare minimum has somehow expanded from basic manners to a full logistics package. If you need a chaperone to transport you to a free meal, you're looking for a parent.
And another thing, a man came up to me last night and I said no. I put my hand out and I said no, and he goes, "You're fat." Oh, I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure when you look up fat in the dictionary, there's a picture of your mom next to it. Pretty sure. Because she's fat.
So why is it always a man who looks like this that will come in and destroy your life, break your heart, treat you worse than you've ever been treated? It's never the hot ones. It's always the ugly to medium dudes. What is up with that? Where do they get the audacity to behave like that?
Why is everyone just like text? Why is it a text world now? Why is everyone just texting? Nobody ever picks up the phone and has a conversation. If you are online dating, you'll be chatting back and forth, like a few questions here and there, and then you answer that question, then you answer that question, you ask them that question. Why don't you just pick up the fucking phone and talk to somebody's voice? Like, why does that have, like, I remember back in the day where if you wanted to find out how someone was, you would pick up the phone, you'd have a conversation, you might be on the phone for an hour or two, but at least you got to catch up with them. These days it's like 20 messages a day. Hey, how you going? Oh yeah, good. Like, no wonder we're constantly stuck on our phones. We're constantly replying to fucking messages. Someone just pick the fucking phone up and call someone. Like, if you want to get to know me, if you want to do online dating, yeah, fine, but get someone's phone number and, like, call them and ask them all the questions that you constantly asking, like, 50,000 times. So, tell me about yourself. I'm not going to sit and fucking type on my phone a 50 bloody word message back and forth over and over and over and over again just so you can get to know me. Just fucking call me. Give me your number. I'll call you if you're scared.
Demanding a stranger invest an hour of his time on the phone is pure entitlement. Men use text to gatekeep their attention from energy vampires. You haven't earned a conversation yet. He's prioritizing his purpose over your need for free entertainment. If you want someone to listen to you ramble for an hour, pay a therapist.
That man is on his phone 24/7. Okay? If he's on there when he's with you or checks his phone, he's doing that 10 times without you. It takes 1 second to go on your phone and send a message. It takes 1 second to say, hey, I'm busy. It takes 1 second. And do not reply straight away because, girl, you probably are fucking busy when he's less busy and he's replying less. So you fucking put yourself first and stop thinking that good morning, good night, or a phone call or a voice message is amazing. It's bare fucking minimum. You know what's not? Is dating actions over long periods of time. He shows you 3-4 months. He's consistently showing up. He's not talking the talk. Men can say anything. I have been told I'm going to buy you a house. I've been told I'm going to take you over the world. And I have always said, do it fucking now. If you really believe this, book the ticket now. And when they don't, guess what? I never speak to them again because they were doing that to get a fuck or to get a fuck when they feel like. And also another thing, stop going on dates, wanting a relationship and not asking if that's what he's looking for. You can say, I'm looking for a relationship. I'm not putting out. I say this anytime I've ever dated. I say, look, if something happens like in the future, fantastic. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, I'm not saying we're going to be in a relationship, but that's what I'm looking for. So there's no point going on a date if you're just looking for a good time or whatever. You don't want a relationship. There's no point going on a date. I don't want to go on a date with someone that I need to change or feel like I have to change and make like me. No fucking way. You should be dying to go on a date with me. You should want me to want to go on a date with you. Please ask them if they want a relationship. It's not about, okay, he does, so you're definitely going to be in one, but you're not setting yourself up for failure. Some men will still lie and say, yeah, we'll see what happens, but no. You have to say that. And do not sleep with a guy first, second, third, fourth, fifth date. Every single thing he does on that first, second, third date, fourth date that he promises you and says, make him do those things before you fuck him. If you're going to say you're going to do A, B, C, that is the bare minimum. You've said it, do it. Because the bare minimum is to follow up on what you've said. Okay?
I think she's single, and the wall is inching closer. Any one of you guys want to date and save her? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Anyway, her list of demands is so long it requires a dedicated HR department just to track compliance. The bare minimum she asks is total submission, where the man has to be obsessed and constantly ask for permission. Calling this a relationship is generous. It's an employment contract where the worker pays the boss for the privilege of working overtime.
Men, stop asking women to send nudes. Also, stop sending dick pics. Do it the right way. Ask her out. Take her out for supper. Then get her naked. Be a gentleman about it. Odds are, you'll probably get it in for round 2 if you are.
I agree on the first half, but not on the asking women out part. Stop the digital flashing, but don't start the financial simping. It's pathetic to think you have to bribe a woman with food to get her attention. If you need to buy a steak to get her naked, you're just paying a cover charge.
Morning. So I have a question. How long after a breakup is the right amount of time to wait before you start dating again, or before you even start looking at dating again? I made the stupid mistake of straight after my breakup thinking I could just, after a 10-year relationship, thinking I could just jump straight back into dating. And I soon realised that that was not the case and I was not ready to date yet. Some people wait months, some people wait years before they start dating again. And I know it's a personal thing as to where you are. But what is there a standard amount of time before you start dating again after a breakup? I mean, I suppose it depends on how harsh the breakup was and what happened as to why you broke up and maybe how long you've been together. I don't know. But yeah, what are people's opinions on when to start dating again after a breakup?
Debating the timeline is pointless when the clock already ran out. It's optimistic to think there's a queue of men waiting for her healing phase to end. At 50, you don't take a break from the market. You get retired from it. The dating pool didn't reject her because it was too soon. It rejected her because the expiration date passed 10 years ago.
Cringe is at it again, just killing my self-confidence and my faith in dating. I finally got a match, and he actually messaged me, just pretty generic, like, good morning. And we texted, and he ends up asking me about my day, and I was just honest and said that it was a normal day, and I had just done some stuff around the house and asked how his day was, and he ghosted me. So I must have answered wrong. Maybe I was too boring. I guess I should have just said good. My day is good. But like, what do people want? Like, what? I don't understand. I can't do dating in 2025. I don't understand what people are looking for. I don't know what they need. I don't get why you would message someone if you had no intention of talking to them, and I don't see how me answering your question could have gone so sideways. But I can't.
Allowing a single unanswered text to shatter your self-confidence proves you shouldn't be dating. It's pathetic to spiral just because a stranger didn't find your chores fascinating. He stopped replying because stuff around the house is the verbal equivalent of a dial tone. If you have nothing to offer but boredom, don't expect him to stick around.
Has anyone ever been to a speed dating event in their 30s? Because the thought of it absolutely terrifies me, and I'll tell you for why. Because I'm an awkward bitch. I'm socially awkward, and I know you would probably think by looking at me on TikTok, no you're not, but I swear to God, out in the wild I am. I'm so awkward, I don't give eye contact, I'm like that, which is part of the reason I'm single. Anywho, there's an over 30s event near me which I found on Skiddle, right? I was looking for events near me, and if you're local to Maidstone, it's at Moo Moo's. It's over 30s, and then a couple of months later, there's an over 40s and an over 50s. So I'm guessing for the over 30s, you've got to be in your 30s, right? Now, I know that I have a friend with me that would go, but my fear is that I turn up and no other 30-year-olds would go, because is it something that 30-year-olds would go to? Like, I obviously know that I have a type. Would those type of people go there? I don't know. What does one do at a speed dating event? Because I've seen, like, American films where they're speed dating. Do you have like a minute timer and then you talk for a minute and then beep and then you decide if you like them, and then if you both match, do you swap numbers? Or am I over Americising this? That's not a word. Over Americise. That's not a word. You know what I'm trying to say? Is that not actually what happens? Has anyone actually been to one of these events and can tell me what happens? Should I go? Should I go for the plot and then report back? I don't know. I don't know where to go. I done a post the other day of where do those people in their 30s and 45s go. Where do those people go? And everyone was saying at home with a cup of tea. I'm not going to meet the love of my life at home with a cup of tea. Or am I? Maybe I should put my address out there. I don't know. Anyway, let me know. Thanks, bye.
Wondering if your type will be at a speed dating event in Maidstone is pure comedy. The men you feel entitled to are definitely not sitting at a sticky table in Moo Moo's waiting for a buzzer. Those guys are dating women who don't need a timer to tell them when to stop talking. Claiming to be socially awkward while broadcasting on TikTok serves as a convenient excuse for rejection. You aren't going for the plot. You're going because the apps finally stopped working.
Genuine questions I have for men. Number one, do you understand what dating is? Do you know what it means to have a girlfriend? Like, do you realize you have a girlfriend? Do you know what that means? Do you understand?
Also, by the way, guys, celibate again. I'm going to be celibate for all of 2026. And I'm serious. I'm going to be celibate all of 2026. I'm going to do an entire year not fucking anybody. So, now, if I meet my husband, then okay, I guess I can fuck him, but only after a long time. And so, like, definitely no hookups. Definitely no hookups. Can only fuck if I find my husband and we date and we're in love. But I'm not fucking in 2026. That's one thing I'm not doing, okay? I'm excited. I'll keep you guys updated. Because I really enjoyed when I went celibate this summer. Even though it wasn't that long, but
Announcing a celibacy year with a built-in clause for a husband defeats the purpose. It's just a marketing tactic to create false scarcity. She's hoping that by taking the product off the shelf, someone will finally pay full price. The reality is much simpler. The market rejected the free samples, so now she's pretending the store is closed by choice.
There's a lot of reasons why I won't re-download dating apps, but one of them is because one time I went on a date with this man, and I had already been out for drinks with one of my girlfriends, and her man came to meet up with us, and he was like, I'll just meet up with you guys, and then we can go out, just the two of us. We'd been sitting there for a few hours, so my bill was like $100 before tip. I get up to use the bathroom, and when I come back, he's paid my bill. And I'm like, okay, period, gentlemen, strong start, less than strong finish. We're out for a walk, and he's like, I'm so glad you're not a catfish. And I was like, oh, you've been catfished before? Like, that's crazy. He's like, well, no. Just like sometimes you go out with a girl and she just like doesn't look like her pictures at all. For example, one time I went out with this girl and she came out of her apartment and she was like 100 pounds heavier than her photos. And I'm like, okay, just gonna let this man talk, see where this is going. He's like, yeah, she got in my car and she had a lot of like cat hair on her leggings. So I said that I was really allergic to cats and asked her if she could go inside to change. And then before she came out, I drove away. He drove away. He willingly told me this on a first date. Obviously, I'm repulsed. How could you do that to someone? And how could you think, like, how did he think I was going to react to that story? Anyways, we carry on with the date. Lord knows why. All he does is talk about himself the entire time. He's one of those one-uppers, like, I went to this school, I drive this kind of car, I do this, blah, 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 blah. Then he says that he was a part of a frat, and he was like the head of the frat, I guess. I can't remember what frat it was, but he said that they called him Alpha Chi Daddy. Willingly. He was hyped up about this, and then he referred to himself as that for the rest of the date. Thankfully, the date is finally over. We're walking home. This man slow dances with me in the street, no music playing. Icked out to the max. Then we come up to my back door. I let this man kiss me goodnight. Don't ask. I was 21. I was just going along to get along, okay? He bites my lip so hard and then smacks my ass. I literally jump. It was so hard. And then he goes, yeah, I'll definitely be seeing you again. And I'm like, sir, you have another thing coming if you think I will ever be going out with you again. But it's not over there, because I go upstairs and this man texts me and he says, hey, can you e-transfer me for those drinks earlier? I blocked him.
Praising a strong start just because he cleared your debt confirms the bar is financial. You didn't ask for the handout, but you accepted it as a bribe to endure a man you found repulsive. You sat through the Alpha Chi Daddy monologue and the unwanted touching because the transaction was already processed. He asked for a refund because he realized he was subsidizing a woman who hated him. You blocked him to keep the $100, not your dignity.
Dating in your 30s sucks. Okay, I said it. It's a tale as old as time, but it's true. I complain a lot on here. I know. But I have a lot to complain about, okay? I have a lot to be happy about, and I'm not a miserable person, but when it comes to dating, it's too much to complain about, too much. So tell me why. I was talking to someone for like a good week or so, even went on a date. Lovely. We were speaking all weekend while I was away. So tell me then why on Sunday, I was meant to see him on the Monday. He texts me, no, actually, I got that wrong. He messaged me on the day off, like the Monday morning, really early, saying, oh, I'm gonna have a really long day at work, so I'm gonna have to cancel tonight because I'm gonna be miserable. Okay. Kind of fair enough, kind of. And I was like, okay, whatever. Let me know when you want to rearrange. Nothing. No reply, nothing, completely ignored. Will never be seen again. I don't know why I'm surprised at this point. I don't know why I'm surprised at this point. I shouldn't be. I just, I'll try and hold out hope for these people. Think maybe this one will be different. Maybe this, no. I just think I must accept that dating is not for me. The dating life isn't for me. Meeting someone isn't for me. I'm just gonna have to embrace being alone. So Sorry, mum and dad, no grandparents for you. I mean grandchildren. You're not going to be grandparents. It doesn't look likely. Sorry.
Quick question for the men, specifically straight men. How come a majority of straight men I know that I've interacted with hate septum piercings? What's that about? What's the vibe? Because consistently since getting my septum done, not to say all straight men, a lot of straight men hate the septum piercing. So curious. Genuinely, this is for science, not for judgment. Safe space.
That piece of metal acts as a visual siren for high conflict personalities. Men avoid the bull ring because it guarantees a lecture on patriarchy before the first date ends. You call it a vibe, but we call it a red flag visible from space. It's the only accessory that lowers your market value the second you put it on.